going, Mr. Sisters and my lovely court jesters? Today's video is a little different from my usual content. I'm sure you're not used to hearing my voice or seeing my face. Unless you're here live with the rest of the lovely people watching me over at twitch.tv/KageEGAK45, where we're live playing games like this, getting footage for videos like you see here. Speaking of, let's get into why we're really here. Lies of P Overture, Lies of P's DLC expansion that was released back in June. Yes, I know I'm a little late to the party with this video, but things sort of got in the way of me uploading. Oh, did you clip the gay Deku? Ow.
What?
You know,
what did I teleport? Where am I? Okay, you gotta clip.
All right, the definition of insanity. Anyway, the DLC. Massive spoiler warning for the story of Lies of P, and of course, the Overture expansion, since I'll be going over my interpretation of what's happening in the best way I can. And if I miss anything, oops, all berries. I'm not promising a 100% playthrough or anything, just my experience playing through blind, on release of course. Now to start, you'll need to have the Stars Chrysalis in your inventory. And for the 52% of players who don't have it, you'll need to complete up to the end of chapter 9, which means yes, you'll have to defeat the corrupted Parade Master and the puppet devouring green monster. Listen, if you've gotten this far, that means it's dead, and you'll never have to see its face again, right? Right? Now with that, and with the Stars Chrysalis in your inventory, you'll also get a new quest icon to follow. Head to the Path of the Pilgrim, where a cutscene will begin, marking the start of our epic tale through time. Once we interact with this fancy new stargazer, we get transported to a snowy forest.
I'm not sure what's going on, but we better check things out. Okay, there's gotta be a stargazer nearby. Be on the lookout, pal.
What the hell?
Following the route will lead you to some new yet familiar enemies that also introduce a new status effect, Freeze, that makes you slower and take continuous damage when the meter fills. Then, after killing the Cage Bear, you can open the chest. Behind it, you'll get the Winter's Hunter outfit set, which is pretty cool. Continuing forward, you can find some subtle foreshadowing to him from the Krot Zoo newspaper advert, while also finding a new stargazer.
Whoa.
Then past the bridge, we'll get a nice cinematic shot of the Krot Zoo itself. The next area we'll be exploring.
Wow. Look how beautiful that looks.
Demi will say a few things about the zoo and how it should be impossible to be looking at it because, you know, burned down, destroyed, whatever. Then we get past more frozen carcass monsters, which will lead us to a letter from a probably dead circus worker. But more importantly, the entrance to the zoo.
Welcome to the zoo. Welcome to the zoo. Ew.
Getting past some monkey business, then this even dumber monkey business, but I have a little trick for you.
All right, time to execute my trick.
Now that we're inside, we can head up these totally safe stairs to find a no-name stalker who's kind of just dying. We'll find a lot of those, just people dying.
Touch me. What?
Then he starts serving up a yappuccino about how he came here on a bounty to find someone. Wait, Romeo? Romeo's missing? Okay, we have to hurry. We have to find him. We have to save him for all the Yowie fans out there. I guess we gotta hurry up to the safari experience, apparently, to go find Romeo. Going forward, there's some more funky monkeys.
We got a gorilla for sale, McGilla gorilla for sale. We got a gorilla for sale, McGilla gorilla for sale.
And an elephant? I guess? Before we progress too far, let's grab the most important item to this run. The bow. This weapon is just good. No limited ammo, no reloading, just aura and hype moments. There's obviously damage fall off at long range, but still pretty good for the only long range weapon in the game. Oh, here's a crocodile that ate somebody allegedly. Moving on, we get a new shortcut opened up. And we discover a new butterfly type. It's little white guys. More carcass animals await us on the path ahead, like these kangaroos, who spin dash at us like Sonic the Hedgehog, apparently. And,
What? It's just an ordinary crabby. Oh my goodness!
Oh, and look, there's alchemists here too. Who would have guessed that was the case? There's also this baddie who has her own army of puppets, spreading the word of the alchemists and their Baja Blast elixir. From here, we make it to the Savannah Experience to find a bloody scene with a very familiar looking scythe head.
Savannah Experience.
There must have been a fight. But this much blood. Someone is dying or dead.
Ugh, let's just hope our boy's okay. Past more of these stupid animals, we find 2 new special grindstones that we'll get to use later. There's also a letter from Marchiona from the previous note. He seems to know about the Rule Zero, but just can't prove it yet. Then she finds a way to just ignore it and control her own art puppets.
So they just found a way to to just take control over puppets under the Grand Covenant. Crocodile! Okay.
Can we talk about how insane this
The crocodile! Jazz hands.
is for a moment? You have to fight this fat fuck in a small enclosure with a bunch of shit that causes collision for only you, while each of its combos can instant kill you if you don't perfect block. And the fact that half of its attacks just look the same? This includes its unblockable grab that will always kill you no matter what. Though, with enough fire and many deaths, the crocodile is defeated.
The size of that thing! Is that how big they normally get? Anyway, that was a huge takedown, buddy. Might I say, you're pretty good at this.
Now we can make it through the opening in the wall it just so generously made for us.
No bitch.
Oh look, one of those arch puppets is here. And also just kind of dying.
Yeah.
Moving along, we can open the gate to the next area, the greenhouse.
Us. Ugh. Uh-oh. What the fuck is this? What the hell?
Here we get to fight the arch puppets finally, as one of the new enemies along with some familiar alchemists. Apparently we also aren't the only ones charging through this place.
Get a look at this impressive handiwork. I've seen something like this before, but wait. Ever heard of the legendary stalker? If
Oh.
not, just keep going. I'll explain later.
But this also marks the first of the divine glaze Gemini does for the legendary stalker. But he does seem to hold back this time. Past more alchemists and murderous arch puppets, we head up into the puppeteer's workstation with a strange amount of human-sized bird cages.
Everything I've seen makes me think this room belongs to a master puppeteer.
Whoa.
More importantly,
Okay.
we find the echo player and the first audio recording.
Whoa. Warning. Whoa.
This is a message for Markiona, my sadly not departed friend. Important matters brought me to your door. I am searching for my lost apprentice. And it should come as no surprise that I thought you or your other alchemist fiends had taken him. I hope you don't mind, but I made a mess of your lackeys as I passed through. If you do, consider it partial payment for what happened to my other apprentice. As soon as I am able, I shall return to collect your remaining debt. Until then, take care not to die. From Leia, Florence, Monad.
Okay, so we are definitely, absolutely, irrefutably in the past. Unbelievable. The Leia Florence. She's the one they call the legendary star.
Whoops.
Story is, she went missing a long time ago in Krot, as it happens, but here she is, still building the legend. And between Markiona and Leia, I know who we're siding with. We still don't know why we're here, but maybe we're here to meet the legendary stalker.
Wow.
With that, we get our official confirmation that we are in the past. And Gemini and mine, Divine Glaze of Leia. Now to move from one glaze to another as we approach the next boss.
Oh shit.
I was told that murderous puppet had come to cool
Ooh.
me. So who is this
Okay.
handsome guest standing before me? It matters not.
Whoa. Whoa, that's pretty cool.
You belong to me now.
Now listen. I know what you're gonna say. I'm not just being a gooner when I say I like this boss, but look at this absolute blue raspberry baddie. She's not just serving cunt, she's serving up an absolutely fantastic duo boss fight. Naturally, I wouldn't like duo boss battles because they're just usually god awful and annoying, but Markiona and her queen's archpuppet are a welcome outlier. Most of this fight feels more like a 2v1 dance battle where Markiona and her puppet perform a very elegant duet. The puppet acts more as a weapon and an extension to Markiona than an actual second boss. Killing the puppet causes Markiona to stagger and start reviving it. Markiona and her Rasengan still make her a threat on her own, even without the puppet active.
Dare destroy my sublime creation.
Ah, that's a...
Can you?
Yeah. Ugh.
An adornment for my room, don't you think?
Rasengan. Giant Rasengan. Come here, come here.
There technically is a second phase once you get Markiona to about half of her HP, where she activates her golden devil trigger, where she gets faster and more explosive.
Holy fucking delay, Batman. Duh. Big machine gun.
And with that, if you dance her dance of death well enough, she will be defeated, and you get a very sapphic final words from Archeona.
It should have been the two of us, locked in a fight to the death.
Yeah. Girl kisser right there.
Now we have a key that will let us move on to the next area. But before we do that, let's make sure we don't forget anything here but in the greenhouse.
Dude, it's so funny.
Let's clear out the space I forgot earlier.
I know there's a guy in that room because I saw him earlier. Oh my god! Why did that actually jump scare me? Where did he come from? Whap. Why am I in front of him? The fucking tree! That's not a slow moving projectile.
Well, anyway, we found our first ancient disc. Yippee! That's a surprise tool we'll need later. We can now use the key to move on. But then we stumble upon a very eerie hallway.
What are we doing? Hey, yo. Hey, hold on. That's not me. What the hell? My family, my everything. M.
That bastard. I'll kill him.
Oh my god, she's crashing out. Oh, it's me. Hello. Am I just like right behind the legendary stalker? When do I want to meet her?
those humans? Just how evil does someone have to be to do something like this?
Bloodstained locket.
One reasonable crash out later, we take Romeo's jacket off the ground and acquire his immaculate trip. Then just ahead, we meet the most precious character in the game.
Hello. Rosora wants to be your friend. Will you be my friend? Rosora wants to be free. But I need my shoes to do that. Please, please help me travel the world. Help me to hold your hand and dance.
What?
I will wait for you here.
We'll be seeing more of Rosora later on. But for now, let's go find her shoes. Let's start by making our way into the Carnival Gardens, because this is where the fun begins. This area is filled with fun attractions, familiar
Don't look
faces,
back at me, bitch.
new silly little clowns,
Sure, like. Wait, huh? No.
and
What's his little place, huh?
this thing.
Ah!
Anyway, let's grab our little dancey dance, Rosora's shoes, to get some free loot and Rosora's happiness.
Look at the roses they smell. With each step the shoes and I take, I'll think of you. My new friend.
Whoa.
She also gives us this cute little drawing that seemed to be a part of a 4-piece set. We'll find more of those later.
Dance.
But before we get to the tram, we can sell the little tea set we got earlier to the merchant nearby and buy the Black Rabbit Hole key. We can use that to open up the hideout to the Black Rabbit Brotherhood they have here, for some reason. With that, we can acquire the Eccentric's outfit set, while also learning he is infamous for losing his keys, and a spare key in his pockets. Moving on, we get to find another missing poster for Romeo, just in case you didn't know what we were looking for by this point. Then we can help a blind lady pick up her beautiful blank painting and ride the tram off, getting a nice cinematic shot of the
Someone on
circus.
tram.
Exiting the tram we rode with this oddly familiar adorable kitty, we find ourselves in the pre-opening era of Hotel Croc. Here we unlock the upgrade core, which lets us use the quartz to level up your skills in the Pure again, but like, again? Along with us being able to repair the broken grindstone we found in the zoo. Then just around the corner we meet Astarion.
Who the fuck are you?
Well, a stalker. Or so I assume, judging by your attire and demeanor.
I mean, Lumakio. He's going to tell us about what he knows about Leia and Romeo, then point out the elevator that leads down. Though, exploring more of the hotel, we get to pet the sus kitty, see Geppetto being more of a deadbeat dad, then find out his wife's dead. Well, we kinda already knew that, but yikes. Heading back to where we would normally find Giangio with the gold coin tree, we instead find the gold coin tree just next to the Black Rabbit Hole. With the extra key we got earlier, we can open it up and acquire the youngest's outfit set. Apparently they lost another key in the underground facility. We'll probably find it later. One last thing to mention before moving on to the elevator, we also meet Klaus.
face appears. How do things fare outside, Master Stalker? Let me introduce myself. I am Klaus, merchant extraordinaire and collector of rare ergo.
He's our new companion that takes the place of Alidoro and Hugo from the present day as the rare treasure trader. Klaus was rescued and brought to the hotel by the legendary Stalker, and now will trade rare ergo like normal, along with taking the ancient disc we collect and trade them for upgrade material and cosmetics, like this cool mask I just bought. It was totally worth it, right? With that, we can finally move on from exploring the new, old Hotel Crop and going down the elevator. We now find ourselves in the Zealot Underground facility, which is, something. First, we were greeted with a pit of just cold. We can't quite explore this section yet, but we'll be back. Going to the room ahead, we're introduced to a new carcass enemy type that seems to be the test subjects of the alchemists, along with these jailers with long fire pokers, I guess. The facility is filled with these fucked up experiments and sticky boys. From the weird maze-like design of this fuck-ass place, it seems like a prison or a psych ward of some kind. From the crumbled interrogation log, these experiments were being conducted by Marchiona, and some of the alchemists aren't too fond of these activities. Then I guess we find the warden just kind of dead in his boarded up office. R.I.P. Warden! There's so many just dead bodies around. What's going on? With some ceaseless wandering and the execution of a freak later, we can move on to the next section of the facility. This part is a falling jump puzzle with a lot of steam leaks that will push you off. This also has the black rabbit hole key for the facility, but I missed it because I kind of got sniped. So I come back later. This one gives you the eldest brother's outfit set and a very sweet family photo of these murderers and criminals. It's so nice. But following the path intended, we hear someone struggling around the corner. Thinking it's the legendary Stalker, we approach with haste, only to find someone else. Here we meet and battle Veronique, the leader of the sweepers. She doesn't seem to be in the right state of mind right now, because the alchemist laced her shit for real. Her mind might be compromised, but her combat skills are still fully operational. Wielding her burning hammer of justice, she takes out her frustrations from the alchemist on us and the facility. Probably one of my favorite Stalker fights in the entire game. There's no gimmicks, no BS, just two warriors battling with everything they've got. With Veronique defeated, she apologizes for crashing out, while also warning us about something called the Two-Faced Overseer. Reading her will tells us that she knew attacking the alchemists and putting an end to the facility was a suicide mission. Using the control panel behind her lets us shut off the ice mist that's been keeping us from other areas. Moving on, we walk past Simon's submarine and some dumping area that leads us to a new and yet familiar base.
Whoa. Whoa. You
I
for real?
I should expect to meet strange people in such a strange place. I smell blood on you. But, interesting. It's the blood of alchemists. Still, that doesn't prove we aren't enemies.
We'll find the individual calling themselves the Tracker, standing next to a gold coin shrub, while wearing the Alidoro outfit set. At first, he's wary of us, but we tell him that we're here to save Yaoi, and he's down to ally with us because we stan Yaoi here. He also warns us about the Two-Faced Overseer as well, so he gives us the horn to call him later when we find it. The Tracker seems to know and be decently acquainted with Leia, and know what's going on with her and Romeo. We'll see more of him later, so let's just keep going. Just up ahead, we find a letter of reprimand that explains that a listener had died from an experiment. This listener happens to be a family member of the head of the workshop union. Maybe the gas leak wasn't how Camilla died. R.I.P. Mom! Now that we're done mourning, we can go back to the frozen area now that the nitrogen gas is turned off. The further we go down, the freakier these experimental carcass monsters get. Finding a news clipping, we learn that a cruise ship sank, killing 13 people, including another family member of the head of the workshop union. You know, maybe we should stop listening to the alchemists when it comes to the death of workshop union family members? Anyway, moving along, we fight more freaky carcass.
Sir. Oh shit! Hello. Oh, I'm gonna die, aren't I? Yep. That is, what I get. I should...
And find some art supplies that belong to someone who lost their sight. Wait. Goddard from the tram station was an alchemist? Oh, well, just past here we find the Overseer. Here we can use the horn that we got to call our home dog, the Tracker. This fight isn't anything to write home about, but getting to fight alongside not Aridoro is a main draw, I'd imagine. He fights using the two dragon sword as expected, but also the hunting bow, which is interesting. He might need to work on his aim a little, but his art is in the right place. Just like the Tracker, the Overseer switches combat stances, where he's calm or enraged, making him more aggressive when enraged.
That looks dangerous. Guys, I think this
After hitting this guy with some Jutsu Kaisen, we put an end to this abomination and got a cipher machine with some questionable stains on it.
Bro is in the way. No? That looks dangerous. Why is he attacking me? No, this is your end. Die, monster. You piece of shit. Let me check his fingers.
The tracker is going to go on ahead to the hotel now, and will be around to help us discover more alchemist secrets. Up ahead, we go deeper into the underground mines, but we get some very ominous tremors. But then we get a cutscene with Leia also experiencing the tremors, which means we're not that far behind her. She also seems to be struggling with a petrification disease, but thugging it out because, you know, real gangster shit.
Oh, she looks fucked up.
I need more time.
Huh? Petrification disease?
I'm coming, Romeo. I swear I won't be late. Not again.
Ghost ship?
Like I was with Carlo.
Ooh.
We find Astarion just chilling at the entrance. He's acting very odd and suspicious, but he gives us a key to a secret door. So let's just let him be for now. Before we head into the mines, let's go and use some of the items we collected. First, we give Goddard her art supplies back, so she can try putting something on that canvas we helped her fix. Then we meet up with the tracker at the hotel to give him that cipher machine we found earlier.
As a friend of mine, come to me anytime. Let's unlock it and see what's inside. We're in luck. It still functions. This reminds me of a tale I once heard about the ghost crocodile that haunts the zoo.
What?
Most people thought it was an urban legend, but I'd always found it troubling. Find the mounted crocodile at the zoo. It might provide a clue.
He decodes it and shows us something hidden in the taxidermy crocodile at the zoo. Heading back to the zoo, we find this secret necropsy report on the crocodile. Turns out, the alchemist had framed a crocodile for murder, and just to keep the deed to the zoo. Very strange, but we move on, I guess.
So we back in the mine.
Okay. We find new miner puppets designed for death. Some of these really give the same vibe as the random death robots from Mega Man. Like, why are these things made like this? Like, why can this one just throw rocks? What purpose does this serve? Insane designs aside, we go a little further. We find a talking crusher puppet. I guess some guy is stuck somewhere and is using the puppet to communicate with us to call for help. Let's continue and see if he's not trapped in somewhere too annoying. Past some more miner puppets and flying to self-destruct robots. Again, why do they exist? We get ambushed by a large bomber puppet that places bombs. Killing it lets us finally get the Genius Legion plug. With this, we can craft one of 2 DLC Legion arms, but that's for later. Spinning back up and around from the new path brings us to a bridge with a prototype shield puppet. Getting through this bozo, we find the broken bozo still controlling and talking through other puppets. Turns out this guy is an alchemist named Alexander, and apparently he was kidnapped and thrown into a dark box for going on a date with one of the head alchemist's daughters.
Now I want to leave you dead. Uh-huh. push X to doubt. Oh my god.
Now, after spending way...
Also, I don't know if I want to answer this question.
way too much time trying to open up this wall next to him before finding out about the spider cave lore. Heading further down, I
don't know.
Wait. I know that sound. No. We're not doing this. No. Okay, moving on. We get jump scared by a drill.
Somebody once told me.
And we met up with Rosora again. She's tapped out and low on power and needs some ergo to keep going again. We give her our largest ergo crystal we have and get her back on her feet. Now she's full of life and joy. She gives us a few more gifts like the heart gesture, a second piece of the drawing, and a very suspicious invitation. Apparently it's an invitation sent to Carlos specifically to join the gathering in the Devil's Pit to see what they have uncovered. Something tells me Carla didn't die in the cruise accident. Now she's good to move again.
Ta-da!
We can head back to the hotel to decode the cipher we found in the drill earlier. While we're here, we can also craft the new Legion arm we got. I chose Icarus, which lets you throw metal blades like shurikens that stay in place and return for more damage. Plus, it looks and feels cool as hell. Now we are actually able to open the Spider Cave tunnel, freeing Rockhead and letting him find peace.
Hello, sir. Oh wait, did he not actually kill him? Aw, wait.
Then back on track, we fight another shield puppet and collect a black rabbit hole key. We'll be using that later once we continue forward. In the next room, we find a brain in a vat?
Oh, delightful. My charming, handsome, generous friend, you found me.
What?
Ignore the puppet over there. It's my last one, so I'm keeping it handy in case I need it. Now, I don't know how long I've been in this stuffy old box. But I can tell you, it's too long. I can't even feel my arms or legs. Surely you see it in front of you? The box? Don't tell me it's a coffin. Please, get me out.
Turns out this is Alexander, and the alchemist used his own invention to punish him. He asks us for one last favor, to turn off his machine. He wants to be the one who decides his fate, so he wants us to put him out of his misery. Accepting the offer, we push the button and end his nightmare.
Ooh, I like how they went to cut the black.
Getting a new record and some humanity in exchange. Then we can finally make it to what the logs say is locked up in the Devil's Pit. The Anguished Guardian.
What the fuck is that thing? AM. Oh, my fault. You're right. AM. My apologies. Anyway, I'll say it again. What? What? Who the fuck are you? That's tough. What? Oh, wait, no, this
thing is absolutely insane. For good and bad reasons. The area does give us a decent space to move around with this large creature, but my lord, some of its attacks are just janky. That tiny trident he swings around has a very odd hitbox, and it's really hard to judge when to parry. Then for some reason in phase 1, those attacks are more frequent and harder to block than in phase 2.
So you obviously can't do it the same way for each attack. Or sometimes it just fucking kills you.
I did enjoy this fight after I got the hang of it. The mechanic where you can burst his horns on his hands and his head to get the stagger window to appear, along with changing how some of his attacks work. And the phase 2 transition is also very cool.
Now what? What? The arm of God? Bro's been blessed by an angel.
And finding it felt a lot smoother and fun to play than phase 1. Not too many bosses or games in general make the second phase of a boss easier, per se, but this is also seems like an outlier. Don't get me wrong, this phase is still pretty challenging with its lasers and its unshackled big trident.
No.
Along with him having a little bit more damage, it still makes it a challenging fight. Then after a grudging encounter, we take out the Guardian and possibly even got revenge for what happened to Carlo.
That was almost very annoying. Nope. Come on. 4, 5, 6, 7. Come on, hit him! Let's go! That's it, baby! Fuck yeah! Boom! Yes! Eat shit, asshole! Awkward.
With the way back blocked, we continue forward collecting more information on the one-winged angel, aka the Wishmaker. Just a little further ahead, we find a care package of tools from Leia, along with a pretty grim recording from Leia and a disturbing voice invitation for Arlecchino.
If you've received this message, then I am likely dead. Either I have been cut down by a blade, or I have succumbed to the disease consuming my body. I don't know which will find me first. But before the end, I will save Romeo. And I have a request. Take care of him. Please, do this for me. If he gets any foolish ideas about exacting revenge or completing my mission, stop him. You have my permission to slap him if that's what it takes. And tell Romeo. Tell him to be happy.
To my dearest and most esteemed stalker, I wish I could personally see your face this very moment. How do you like my masterpiece. I poured my very soul into it with all my heart. I trust there is no need for formal introductions, of course not, for it is I, your dear Latino. You took many things from me. Arms, legs, a sunny outlook on life. And then you drove nine blades through me. All on your own. So, I have only you to thank, yes? I am grateful. Never in my life have I ever known such shameful disgrace and such overwhelming joy. You heard it correctly. Joy. For in that moment, my dear, you became interesting, worthy of my attention and study. All humans are intriguing to me, but you shall help me shape my study of humanity, my magnum opus. Yet, one can never be too careful. So, you must be assessed. Starting now. My dear stalker, I have crafted a test that will reveal your heart, your soul, your true self. It's a simple choice. Life is precious, so I wonder, which life do you value more? Yours or your apprentice's? When you have listened to this message, do pay a visit to the Rose Estate. I have something you want back, don't I? And you owe me, stalker, one way or another. I intend to collect that debt.
Before continuing down the sea cliffs, we're going to trade the Guardian's Ergo for one of my favorite weapons in the game as a whole, the Pale Knight Sword. Well, you see, it's a sword.
It's also a gun.
Oh. The attacks look so cool, it does still pretty decent damage, even with my technique build. Carrying this thing around makes me feel like my own Ruby character. It's so cool. Definitely worth everything the Guardian put me through. Now we head back to the sea cliffs to destroy more minor puppets and collect more stuff for later. Until we make it to the Archon Fleet shipwreck. Here we'll find Leia's prescription painkillers and a merchant that sells a very strange item that will surprisingly be more important later. In a mess of these ships, we'll of course find alchemists around every corner, along with some soldier puppets and a new enemy type, aquatic carcass monsters. These little fishy freaks will jump out of the icy water and slide aggressively at you like little seals until you die or get pushed off into the water, which will cause both.
And I'm in the water.
We get some more confirmation that there's infighting amongst the alchemists. Plus, apparently the petrification disease is also happening in other countries. And the leader of the alchemists sent the foreign land a golden elixir that seems to be working. Making our way through more alchemists and freaky fish, we stand face to face with an anticipated encounter.
Ah! Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
I found you, you fucking bastard!
How in the world are you still alive? You really are one of the luckiest fellows I've ever met. All that effort to stop you down the drain. Proud of yourself?
We find a start. No. We find the slimy, two-faced, traitorous, backstabbing snail bitch Lumacchio waiting for us in one of the abandoned ships. Turns out, this guy has been working with the alchemist the entire time. Even worse, he's just doing it for the love of the game. He would fetch, bury, and kill anything or anyone the alchemist told him to, like the good little dog he is. And with talking out of the way, the duel commences. Immediately, we can see the difference in combat styles between Lumacchio and Veronique. Unlike Veronique's slow and powerful attacks, Lumacchio attacks with a rush of jabs and slashes meant to keep pressure on our guard while leaving us very little room to retaliate. What makes this fight really annoying is when he transitions between phases. He takes an elixir from the alchemist that heals him and gives him invincibility window that just wastes time. His second phase makes him faster and stronger, letting him use more of his attacks in quick succession. His rushdown tactics are scaled up to a 10, making him an even deadlier foe. Then getting his health low enough again gets him another phase. The elixir he took had some side effects, and he starts to transform into a carcass monster mid-fight, which heals him again and gives him even more invincibility frames. Now in phase 3, he attacks with decay, applying it on every strike he does, making him even more annoying.
Marty, I'm bored. I'm gonna kill you.
In the end, with the spirit of Veronique on us, we put an end to a real monster.
Please. Yes! Die!
With Lumacchio defeated, he starts to grovel and beg for his life, just like the slimy slug he turned into. He tells us about how the alchemist made him choose a side, so the bastards were on the side of Simon. And Simon just seems to be the leading cause of all the problems happening in our lives. Now with this whining and yapping over, we give him an execution he deserves.
Please, they promised the alchemist. I must go to them. I must go to them. Get my soul. No. I was chosen.
Bitch.
We'll try to calm ourselves down by continuing some side quests. Heading back to the tracker in the hotel, he decodes a cipher machine we got right before Lumakio. This also tells us about a lighthouse keeper that has been stealing elixir from the alchemist. So Lumakio was tasked to track him down. Unfortunately, the bozo locked himself in a room where no one could break in. Well, since we can't do anything about it yet, let's see how Goddard's painting is doing. Oh. I guess with her story out of the way, we get a new record and a painting that she did complete before she died. Taking it back to the present makes a dark painting there before it bursts with color and life. Returning to the shipwreck area, but still on side quest, we clear out the caves on the northern side to find a carcass monster dancing with a crown on its head. This seems to be the crown the circus merchant was yapping about. We can just take the crown off of this guy and wear the drip for ourselves. Now we are balling. Then over in the south, where Lumakio's boat was, we find an old man Solo, celebrating him finally killing the big carcass shark, narwhal thing. Solo spent 3 days and nights straight just fighting this fish. Truly, for the love of the game, we love it when people do it, unless they're Lumakio. He then asks us to head to the village up ahead and share a beer with his son, Menelin, to celebrate his catch. Let's not keep them waiting then, so let's go to the village by going through the path Lumakio left for us up ahead, to the other end of the shipwreck field. At the end of the boat, we find a journal of someone absolutely tweaking the fuck out. Some of the things he's talking about makes him sound like Geppetto. Anyway, now we have a cannon being shot at us, because why not? With the village just in sight, we dodge cannons, carcass fish, and slippery ice until we can make it over to the next boat. We find a wanted poster for Alidoro and what appears to be the real cause of the infighting on the shipwrecks.
Such a state I find myself. What magnificent gifts you've given me. Fear not. I shall put these tools to good use. I truly thought it was the end. My body shattered and destroyed. It's not hyperbole to say, well, I was a wreck. Then along came you. Brilliant, misguided maniacs to give me another chance at life. For that, I thank you from the bottom of my, let's call it, heart. But time flies, and there's much to do. I must now bid you all adieu. I have more debts to collect. The one who left me in such a wretched state. Oh, they call her the Little Stalker now. such a splendid little title. And she owes it all to me. It's only fitting to congratulate her in person. See the truth behind the legend. But I sure won't be doing that here with you idiots. It's time I paid a visit to the zoo and remind her of her debt. Oh, I think you know you are. A clever one.
Once again, the alchemists are doing more shit to cause their own downfall. Because why? What made them think that giving a murderous puppet with an awakening ergo of a serial killer a brand new body capable of doing this much damage to them? Ugh. We can take out that dumbass cannon, then get to the lighthouse village. Apparently everyone in the village has been turned into carcass monsters. Or just went insane. Now that we can actually enter the lighthouse, we can try to open that secret loot stash hidden below. I guess it's time to use our mystery mouse tool to open this door. Now that we're heavy enough, we can get inside. We learned that the scummy lighthouse keeper sold the elixirs he stole from the alchemist and sold them to the villagers as regular medicine, causing the place to become infected. Returning to the tracker of this information, he'll give us the famed detective set. He'll then thank us for revealing all the dark secrets of Krot, but is still concerned about the fate of Krot and is wondering if his efforts are even worth it. We lie and tell him that Krot will be alright in the future, and there's nothing to worry about. And he gives us a record for our good faith.
Of the alchemists, I know that what I'm doing is something that must be done. But I often feel like I'm fighting alone in meaningless battles. The enemy is great, and I am but one man. Will my efforts ultimately be in vain?
People were trying to drink suspicious
Will the
liquids?
terrible truths I know
Oh,
ever
that's
be revealed
super
to the
weird.
people of Krot? Will the terrible truths I know fascinate me? You talk of future events as if they've already happened.
Going further up into the lighthouse, we find the beer that Salo and a pretty sad note from Manolin. Bringing the beer back to Salo, he'll ask what the village thought of his catch. We lie and tell him that they're all impressed, and with that information, he raises a toast and die happy, thinking that his son is proud of him. He leaves us a key that we can use to open up the fisherman's shack back at the village. Inside, we find a dead carcass monster on a bed with a note from the fisherman. The note tells us the sad fate of his wife, being one of the many victims of the lighthouse keeper's stupidity. Once we get to the very top of the lighthouse, we get a cinematic shot of the Rose estate.
Oh, cutscene!
Hey, buddy, see that? Over there. We found it. The Rose Estate.
And then we meet up with our forever friend Razora, looking towards the Rose estate as well. She tells us that she wants to meet up with us at the Tree of Friendship and to never forget her. He also gives us the third piece of the picture and a photo of the Tree of Friendship itself. right by City Hall. Then going back to the present, we head to where that picture was taken, and we'll find Rosora by the tree with our initials carved onto it. She's happy to see us, and she starts to remember who we actually are, or at least who we resemble.
You came. I knew you would. So happy to see you again. Friends always meet again. So I'll wait for you. Again at the world's end. Farewell. My forever friend. Who looks like my dear Carlo.
With her final breath, she passes on, and we receive the final piece of the family drawing, showing a young Carlo with his parents and Rosora. Now, back to the past. Back from the top of the lighthouse, we go further down, and we find the Black Rabbit Hole door, which gives us the Battle Maniac set, and a note showing that the Eccentric has lost 23 keys. Someone should really get this guy a key ring or something. Then, once we make it back to the bottom of the lighthouse, we head behind to see a staircase that leads to a dead whale. Approaching the whale will cause a large carcass shark from the trailer and the teaser images to pop out. Now, I have no idea why this thing is here. When we kill it, all it does is give us a full moonstone, and with the sheer force of its aura, it was holding down a random ice bridge, and once it's dead, we could just walk past it. And then going past this bridge, it just loops us around back to the front of the village again. Why? What was that for? Did they just throw this in for a quota on Pinocchio references? Because the base game didn't have a shark, technically? Whatever, we could just move on, ignore the shark. Going to the next area. We follow a blood/rose trail that leads to a shack up ahead. Here's the moment we've all been waiting for. We finally get to meet up with the legendary stalker herself.
You look familiar. Wait.
Here it is.
Romeo's locket.
That shark is a buy. Abortion. We can see her face. Is she gonna be hot? She is.
I sent it.
We give her back the bloody locket and tell her about how we're here to save our yaoi partner Romeo. She also offers to walk with us to the Rose Estate. Before we leave, we find Leia's will and an audio message.
Romeo, this is likely my final message to you. I am off to battle Arlecchino to save you. I'll do whatever it takes. Your survival is all that matters. Nothing else comes close, not even my life. There was nothing admirable about my life. But I did what I could. In the only way I knew how. I know Carlo's death scarred us all. I know it changed everything. But we endured. There was always hope. And it was because of you. Without you by my side, I would have been lost long ago.
Her condition is getting way worse, so we gotta keep an eye on her. Leia follows us and fights alongside us with the Plumora Forest Cave. Despite her being terminally ill, she still decides to aura farm for the most unnecessary situations. But she's a baddie, so who cares?
That did no damage.
I just need a moment.
Then once we make it to the Rose Estate, Leia uses her key to open the door. Because yeah, she just has one of those.
First, man. Wakey wakey, orphans.
Yeah, I have the key.
And starts to feel worse, so we let her rest from aura farming too much. The charity house is in complete disarray with a lot of the bodies spread around everywhere, but an even worse sight awaits us ahead.
Huh? Is that Romeo?
He's giving her out right now, and she's still gonna sit here in front of him and lie to this man.
Not you. Not like this. This wasn't supposed to happen.
They took his hands.
Romeo.
Good person.
Is it me? Is it my fault? Romeo. You never should have had to suffer this. Not you.
Mm-hmm.
No. It's okay.
Grafted the bozo. No, don't graft him.
Underneath, we find a letter Romeo wanted to give to Leia before he left, and a photo of Romeo strung up and crucified in the garden. As we progress, we follow a depressing trail of the residents of the estate suffering as they are in pain, turned into carcass monsters. This is a very similar trail and vibe to after we killed the King of Puppets the first time in the base game. We also find more evidence of Simon being a fucking moron, as we find out that he was the one who decided to repair Olakino in the first place. Then we find a new type of carcass monster with what looks like a bell or a cannon thing. Honestly, it's still light work, so we deal with it and move on.
Nice.
Passing through more depressing rooms, we stumble into Sophia's room to find a photo of Leia, Carlo, and Romeo. The same one from the bloodied locket, but not bloody this time. Along with more reasons to hate Simon, with Sophia's diary saying he tried to meet up with her alone near the dock somewhere, which this is probably when he abducted her. Further ahead, we find another letter from Geppetto. Yeah, this guy just needs therapy. Can we get Geppetto therapy or something? We travel through the cellar to find carcass-infected puppets. And a very annoying police puppet.
I just let that man kill me again anyway.
Hashtag ACAB. Until we find Valentinus's room. We find a letter from Leia telling him she's moving on with her life to go on her bad bitch era without the Rose estate or the alchemist on her side. Then ahead, we find his office, where we find where they stored the arm of God and a letter basically excommunicating Valentinus from the order. You know, because he gave his arm to other people and the church. Dumbass. Then we find ourselves in the library, where we have to go a very Resident Evil 2-ass puzzle with its very own Mr. X, just kind of guarding the path forward for us once we solve all the puzzles.
Now lotion up. Hold on. Let me just go ahead and do this. This is for your skin, bro.
Alright. There, I have the fucking.
Now that we're in the garden, we need to hurry and save Romeo.
He didn't get to hang out with any of us. He doesn't miss me.
Where's the legend I faced before? Shut up, you filthy puppet! Oh, no. I must ask. Did you actually believe you could save your beloved apprentice? And who might you be?
Now, I will say, this fight is incredible. Fantastic, even. His imposing size and aggressive speed make this a very terrifying yet somehow grounded final fight. Just like with the Overseer, we have an NPC companion, Leia, instead of a Spectre, to fight alongside us. And she feels pretty integral to the fight, in a good way. You don't need a specific item or resource to call her in, she's just there at the start. Arlecchino even aura farms at the start to give you time to pick her up each time.
He's just. So if I don't, and I'm not able to block one of them, at least one of them, he kills me. Come on, make your promise. That fucking aggro switch is crazy.
If you can keep up with his tempo until Leia crashes out and aura farms on him again, this fight is over and we win. Right?
This is exactly what I've been waiting for! This pain!
You two. You'll offer me something greater. Won't you? Go on and show me. Share your pain. Show me your truest fears. To exit my state.
This is where things get serious. Because what the fuck is this?
It's supposed to be a fucking RPG. What role am I playing? The fucking victim? Jesus fucking Christ!
In a very Saiyan-style move, Arlecchino starts the second phase with his ultimate attack that raises a few questions. Why did the alchemist build this man? What purpose did literally anything he has serve for them? Like, why give all of these weapons and features to a puppet that they know was an awakened, deranged serial killer who killed without rhyme or reason? Besides the point, the fight may be a spectacle, but it's still very challenging. Large AoEs, fast sweeping attacks, his blades applying break as their wounds cut very deep. This phase alone elevates this to the best fight in the entire game, with the dialogue, the visuals, the combat, and the sweet satisfaction of beating the absolute shit out of the psychopathic puppet.
Crazy! You little fuckwit! Ooh, the combos! Ooh, we love it. We love to see it. The power of friendship, bitch! Oh my god!
Not even close. An oath to Carlo. I swore I would never play again. I won't do anyone else. Not Romeo.
What you doing? What's all this then?
What's all this then?
What's up?
With this arrow, I carry the heart and soul of every friend and foe who helped me grow throughout this journey. This is all I need to put you down, because you can't stop me from saving Romeo! And just like that, our mission is complete. Arlecchino has been defeated, and Romeo has been reunited with Leia. Leia begins to realize who we are, and lets us keep her sword, which is very strong and fun to play with, by the way. Before we can fully celebrate this victory and a full reunion, the white butterfly brings us back to our time, leaving Leia behind with no weapon, which she should be fine, right?
Yo, there is a post-credit scene. Hold on, wait.
Can you take care of this, please?
Oh, it's my bitch-ass dad. I hate this man.
Looks like a girl.
No, the girl, yeah, this guy is my dad. Punk-ass bitch.
Can't say that I would say that.
No, I think he's gonna kill her.
You don't want to do right.
Hi, baby.
Yeah,
What's up?
he steals my character's boyfriend and then makes him a puppet.
Your dad steals your boyfriend? Oh, makes him a puppet. Okay.
No, he's homophobic. He's burying your gays, not stealing them that way.
I believe in you. Carry on.
Aren't you a girl?
No, he does kill her! What?
This is your story now.
Let's try not to think about that loser. With everything done in the past, we can continue with this tale in the present. Going back to the hotel, we can use the key Leia gave us to open the door behind the tree. This room shows a pretty sad hideaway Leia used to drink her sorrows away after Carlos' death. We get our final audio message and our final record from the DLC.
My dearest Carlo, listening to this song always reminds me of you. Do you remember the time we all gathered to play this piece together? We were happy then. They were precious, if all too short moments of happiness. Perhaps those times were so precious because of their brevity. Why is it that we humans always look for more when happiness is already in our grasp? I couldn't appreciate what we had then. But that wasn't because I found you tiresome. After breaking ties with the Monad family, I was lost. I could barely take care of myself. So taking responsibility for you and Romeo, it was more than I could bear at the time. But in the end, you two saved me. You washed away all the spite and hatred in my heart. Legendary Stalker. A worthless title. That cruel end should never have been your fate. It was only when I held your pale, cold face in my hands that I understood that we should have stayed together. That I should never have left the two of you. But now you belong to the past. I shouldn't cry. It happens to us all. Eventually, I will join you there as well. No one lives forever. So in time, we will meet again. And in that moment, my wish is that I get to sit with you as sunrise washes over us, and we share a love. Together, your teacher, Leia.
Then before we end everything, we can make it to the Alchemist Isle to see a new set of airgun memories from Leia, talking about how she met us.
Please teach me how to use a sword. You're a legendary stalker.
Oh, so annoying! Gemini, get rid of them. I'm off.
I remember. I do. Leia was my...
Son, it really was you, Carla. After going so swiftly where I couldn't follow, he came back. I never got to say farewell. It may be too late now, but I'll say it regardless. I was glad to meet you. And thank you. Perhaps someday, if we can cross the bounds of time, we'll meet again. Farewell, dearest Carla.
All right. Totally everything. Bye! Alright, fine. I'll talk about this little shit. The pre-metaphoric Green Hunter is a secret boss that you can fight while in the mines. Now, imagine how annoying the green swamp monster is. But amplify it by 4, then add janky hitboxes. A long deal. Do they think this is a joke or something? Why bring this fucker back? For what purpose? You get more of a reward for killing the shark than you do for killing this named boss with its own battle music. I don't want to talk about this coward anymore, so let's just let it run away. Now, for real this time, before I give my final thoughts. We continue through the Isle of Alchemists until we meet up with our psychopathic King of Riddles. He talks to us like normal until he starts to recognize our legendary stalker outfit.
Oh, that attire. Yes, I remember. I do. I never thought I'd see it again. It's fate. Fate. Of course. I have regrets. In mere moments, I would have completed my magnum opus. Just imagine the art that would have been born, If only I'd been able to rip her arrogant face to shreds. A rose painted in blood. A sculpture carved from the exemplar of humanity. Just thinking about it gives me the jolts. Oh, that reminds me. The uninvited guest back then. It was you. How could I have failed to recognize you? Sincere apologies. I hope you understand, my friend. You see, I lost a lot back then. But you remember, right? It was all thanks to you.
Set that we're wearing. This freak deserves no mercy for what he's done. So let's kill him with style. Now, I know this video is late, but I still enjoyed playing, recording, and editing this video. Lies of P was one of my favorite games that came out in 2023, and this DLC was a pleasant return to this game. I know I seem to complain about some things a lot, but that's just me being dramatic. Might be a little dramatic. I'm just glad I got this video done around the same time as the 2-year anniversary for Lies of P. Because again, I love this game. I love what they've done with it, the story, everything. And I'm excited to see what these developers do in the future. And I hope you enjoy this new style of video from me, because there's more to come in the future. More of my voice in general is going to be on this channel, because, you know, people like my voice. And I hope to see you again soon, darlings. Until next time, bye!